turn my back, you laughing.
From the oldest capital city in the Americas, founded in 1325, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Mexico City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Chicago Bears and our home team. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go. 18 Gator. Oh, you got deep? Defense.
Off the play fake. McCann. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
But he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. 2nd and 10. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. First down. It's Gross. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. On second down now. It's Gross. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A 2-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
This is similar to baseball where you walk the leadoff hitter and you don't expect him to come around and score. Almost impossible. Anytime a defense has to defend a short field, you usually end up seeing the result we saw, giving up points.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
All right, Brent, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And a give this time to the tailback. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. To throw on 3rd down, McCann. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
80 weapons. Joker. 58 for Mike, 58 for Mike. And here we go, watch the let's go.
They're going to try and throw, and it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it, and that will force a turnover on downs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Off play action. LeBlanc. Over the middle, complete. That's Spencer. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
And the Bears first down.
Yeah, 15. Come on, baby. Come on, let's go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
To throw on 2nd down. LeBlanc. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2. Just a yard, but that's all they needed. And by the slimmest of margins, it'll be 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year as the Bears push further out in front. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. On 3rd down, McCann. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's got this down to the 35. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
At the 33-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. 3 down, 3 down.
2nd and 9 now. Got an open man. It's McLeod. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 13-yard line.
First down, Bears.
Ready up. Hey, 50. 50's the mic. 50's the mic. I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
At the 2-yard line.
Hey, Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Hey, let's get out the field, D. Let's get out.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. So here we go on a 3rd and goal. This Lions defense, they haven't broken yet. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. McCann. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. 2nd and 2. Forced out to his left. And he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Mike 50, Mike 50. Yo.
Off the play fake. LeBlanc got his man complete over the middle. It's Spencer. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Let's go.
As a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. Off play action. LeBlanc. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. He's got the hook up to McLeod. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1.
3 down.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the 4th.
No, not at all. And they're trying to get something going after one there, but you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 14 yards into Chicago first down. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Looking left sideline, incomplete. Ray McLeod, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, What have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. Way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And the lead now increases to 20-0. So he splits the uprights and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
This is brought in at the 21. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. It's Woods. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. On second down, it's Gross. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Mike's 50. Quit talking about it and bring it.
Off the play fake. LeBlanc. Wide open receiver complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Back to throw. LeBlanc. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. From the gun on 3rd down, LeBlanc, and that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. A A great play there. He scored on the ground and through the air as the Bears push further out in front. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
And the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Operating from the gun, McCann. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. The struggles continue here offensively. Still nothing for him on the scoreboard, and now an interception.
Yeah, the offense looks extremely sluggish, not really in sync at all. Dare I say, it looks like it got left behind in customs.
Oh, you've had that in your back pocket. You were waiting for that.
Probably should have left it in my back pocket, too.
Well played. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A great effort there, with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. Twisting away. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. They go play action here on first down. Going deep this time for Miller. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. It's a big play there for the Lions. 59 yards. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Bears. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that's scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way.
He's got the lane, and there he goes. The 20. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. 94 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. And that run massive. massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they might want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Back now in Mexico City. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. 2nd and 3. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and they're going to have a third down. On 3rd and 2, McCann. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Rock it. He's coming, double up. Go.
On 4th down, McCann. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. From the gun, McCann. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Throwing again, McCann. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Okay, partner, hyperbole alert, all right? I think that this has got to be the best game I've seen this secondary play this entire season. Doesn't matter whether they've been in man, zone, they've reacted, communicated, and really made plays on the football.
They absolutely have. And the play on that last deep ball, maybe the best example of it, they've been solid all game long. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. Looking to throw. McCann. And this is incomplete. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Bears will get the football back. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Lane, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That was a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. On first down, McCann. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Pretty sizable gain of 8 that time on the keeper, but now it's fourth down. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down. On fourth down, McCann. Open man is Miller. He's got it. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. So into Bear territory now. This is first and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he? And
what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they're going to stop him short of the first down as he's tackled at about the 21. They do get 9, but it leads to fourth down. He can run for it, and he will. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. And the Bears hands team able to pounce on it and get the football. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find it.
The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
I got you. I got you.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on second and goal. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be third and goal now. Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And they're going to go for this thing. They're not going to leave anything to chance. They're going to roll the dice on fourth and goal. Back to throw. LeBlanc. And it is incomplete. They're turned away on fourth and goal. And the Lion defense able to come up there with a goal line stand. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here, and that was the message to the team.
Just something to build.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Incomplete. Both players were there offensively and defensively, but it falls incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat.
On fourth down, McCann. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And, boy, that means this next drive is going to start at the 3-yard line. So this one fairly well in the bag as they take over with a first and goal.
Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
That one looks like he'll throw here. This is caught. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head.
But that's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game? And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And that will write a finish to this ball game.